her hips away. It's not enough. I can't smack in hard enough, can't get deep enough. I loop an arm around her waist so her hips will hit my arm instead of the counter, and now I can fuck her as hard as I need to. My vision goes blurry, my thighs are already shaking. I slam into her, lights exploding behind my eyes on every instroke. I need her. I need this. So much. I can't stop. Can't wait. I can't even... I roar, cum shooting down my shaft. I slam in deep and stay there, my lips against the back of her head. It feels so fucking good, I forget completely about satisfying her. Fortunately, she found it on her own, because her pussy starts squeezing my cock, the muscles contracting in short bursts of perfection. I could die right then and be happy. I'm a man who has every material thing, and not an ounce of pleasure in his life, not a fucking drop of happiness. But right now, in this moment, I'm buoyant, flying even. I close my eyes and listen to my own heartbeat pounding against her back. It slows with her breath. And then I'm grateful. I kiss her neck, her shoulder, her ear. I find her temple and press my lips there. Thank you, I murmur. It's not like me to thank anybody. I'm not that guy. I'm the asshole who takes what he wants. And I just did. But now I'm thanking her. I would do anything she asked of me at this point. What the fuck is wrong with me? You want some food, baby? I don't have time before work, she murmurs. Something closes off in my solar plexus. I can't stand sending her off to work after what we just did. Especially not to work for me. Especially not cleaning. My girl shouldn't be cleaning rooms for a living. She's a fucking professor. I may have had a minor fetish for her prancing around my suite in that tight little pink dress, but it feels dead wrong. Still, I can't offer her money for sex instead. I'm not going to make a whore out of her. You're not working today, I growl. She stiffens. Whether it's from my bossy tone or what I said, I can't be sure. Her hair falls over her face, curtaining it from my view. I just called in sick 3 days in a row. I think I'd better show up. She lifts her head and meets my eyes in the mirror. And you're not calling in for me. I don't want people knowing I'm sleeping with the boss. My jaw tightens and I pull out to dispose of the condom. The fist in my solar plexus squeezes harder. Everything's wrong about this, but I can't quite figure out how to make it right. And I've even had a decent night's sleep. Fuck, this girl has me ass over heels for her. I want to say, you're fired. I really do. But I know she needs the money. And also, I'm a terrible, selfish bastard, and the worst part of me wants to keep her here, under my thumb, under my watch. I like her calling me her boss, as wrong as it is. I button my pants and take my phone out of my pocket. I call Samuel, the head of housekeeping, while Sandra skirts around behind me and gets dressed. Listen, I need to talk to you about Sandra Simonson, the housekeeper who cleans the penthouse suites. Yes, Mr. Taccone. How am I going to make this work in a way that doesn't piss Sandra off or embarrass her? It may not be possible. Samuel is going to have to know I'm fucking her. I sit on the edge of her bed to watch her dressing. I'm trying her out for a new position. I wince when Sandra whirls around and glares at me. She won't have time to clean the other 2 penthouse suites, only mine. I have some additional personal assistant and errand work for her to do when she's in my suite. Sandra puts her hands on her hips. Her lips press into a thin line. I put the phone on speaker so she can hear how calmly Samuel takes this. Of course, Mr. Taccone. Starting today? Yes, I've already spoken to her about it, but you can tell her to report directly to my suite when she begins. Any change in her hourly? Yes, double it. Samuel clears his throat. Absolutely. I'll let HR know, unless you already have. I haven't. Tell them to make it effective today, but this new position is on a trial basis. Understood. How long is the probationary period? I flick my gaze back to Sandra. How long can I keep her? How long before she smartens up and leaves? Before she finds the kind of job she deserves? Before I stop ruining her life? 4 weeks. Thank you, Mr. Taccone. I hang up without thanking him back, because I'm that kind of asshole. Sandra looks torn between being pissed off and crying. Tragically, it's a look I've put on her face before. Several times. I hold my arms out. Come here, please. There, I even said please. She probably would have come without it, but I'm trying to soothe her. She walks over to me, wariness flickering over her expression. I pull her to stand between my legs and stroke the sides of her hips. He doesn't think anything, baby. He knows I would fucking nail his dick to the wall if he even considered thinking something about my personal life. Her lips tug up in a reluctant smile. What's this personal assistant job? I slide my hands around to cup her ass. I'm not gonna pay you to have sex with me, baby, because that would be an insult, and I've already offended you that way before. I slide my hands down her thighs, then up inside the skirt. I just couldn't have you in those other guys' rooms. I would have to fucking kill them for looking at you in that dress. And I'd spank your ass red for doing any form of service for another man, even if it's your job. Understand? She shifts, squeezing her thighs together like I've just turned her on instead of spewed some irrational, possessive bullshit that ought to make her run for the hills. Okay, she says. Thanks, I guess. I pick the phone back up and glance at the time. So you go punch in, and I'll order room service. What do you want for breakfast? Her face splits into a brilliant smile that makes me want to get on my knees and lick her until she screams again. Pancakes and bacon, and the berries and whipped cream, and a half of a grapefruit. I squeeze her hip and stand to give her a quick kiss. I want to spoil this girl, and the fact that she's letting me this time produces a satisfaction almost as powerful as claiming her. Sandra. He can't stay away from me. I shouldn't be so giddy about it, but I am. I know this roller coaster ride probably ends in disaster, but I just can't get off. I head to the housekeeping office to punch in. Of course, Nico's patronizing me by keeping me on as his personal housekeeper. If I had any pride or sense, I'd get my butt back to Corey's place and refuse to play out his fuck the housekeeper fantasies. Especially considering the looks I get from the other maids when I show up. Fuck. All 6,080 Bellissimo employees probably know I'm sleeping with the boss by now. I punch in and push the housekeeping card up to Taccone's penthouse suite. He's not there yet, and I get started fast, wanting to finish quickly in case he wants to hang out. The room service arrives before he does. It's awkward answering the knock, but the waiter bows. Good morning, Miss Simonson. Where would you like the food? Oh, holy hell! He's giving his staff my name. I point to the table by the wall of windows, and he leaves it there. Nico comes in a few minutes later. I'm back in the bedroom, making the bed. What the fuck are you doing? He demands. I should be used to his gruff manner by now, but I'm not. Still, I toss my pigtails as I turn. What do you mean? I invited you to breakfast, not to clean my fucking room. I thought you got off on watching me clean. His lips twitch. He holds out his hand, and my feet move to obey the gesture before my mind has even considered if it's wise. I put my hand in his, and he leads me to the living room and pulls a chair at the table out for me. I definitely do, Bambina, but I don't want you to feel like a whore. His tone is still curt, impatient. He hasn't sat down at the table with me either. I get the feeling he's not staying. So then I should actually do my job, right? He sighs. No, fuck it. Let's be honest. I do want you to be my whore. You'll put on that outfit and prance around this suite for me, and I'll pay any amount you ask of me, on the payroll or cash. So now you know. Think about your terms. I stare at him, too stunned to speak. Listen, I have to go. Shit's come up. I have family coming into town tonight, but can I take you to dinner tomorrow? I'm reeling. Good sense says get the hell out of here. The voice of wrong says, sure. Good. I'll pick you up at 6. He takes a strawberry from the berry dish and holds it to my lips. It's hard to meet the intensity of his dark gaze as I take a bite. Nico turns the bitten strawberry and looks down at it, then opens his mouth and finishes what's left. A shiver runs down my spine. But that's stupid. It was just a strawberry. It's not like he just completed some Mafia ritual that forever bound me to him. Chapter 8. Nico. I'm like a Jedi Knight. I swear I feel the ripple in the force field when my brother enters the state. I am no longer king of my hill. The big dog is in town. Junior is the firstborn, 10 years older than I am, and scary as fuck. As a kid, there were times I was sure he would kill me. He'd hold my head under the water in the pool until I started to pass out, or sit on me and box my ears until I'd do anything and everything he asked me to. Our father didn't tell him to lay off, probably because he raised Junior and my other brothers the same way. Violence is part of our world. It was part of our family life, too. I never took my shit out on my younger brother, though. I looked out for Stefano, protected him from our big brothers, cousins, and father. And in return, he became forever loyal to me. We were 3 years apart, but tight. His faith in me is probably the reason I had the courage to try to do something different instead of following in my father's footsteps. And I've been minimizing my success in the family's eyes ever since. Because the last thing I want is the rest of them moving in on my territory. So Junior's arrival has me on edge. I sent Tony in a limo to pick them up at the hangar, and he texts me to say he's on his way to the casino. I head down to the front to greet them personally, because family gets the royal treatment. My employees greet me with deference. The valet parking attendants and bellhops stop their chatter and stand erect like fucking British soldiers protecting the Queen. When the limo pulls up, I open the back door myself, helping my ma out of the vehicle. I get 4 cheek kisses, back and forth, and a whole lot of greeting with broad hand gestures. Even being around the soldiers I took from Chicago, Tony, Leo, and my cousin Sal, I'm stunned by how Sicilian my mom is. Vegas has rubbed off on me, softened the old-world air that still hangs on Junior and my mother. I get a back-thumping hug from Junior. Tony tosses the keys to the valet and makes sure the bellhop gets their bags from the trunk. I escort them up to their luxury suites, listening to my mom's chatter the entire way about the latest on every family member. I'm only half listening until she says, "The Pacino girl is out of college now, Nico." Only long practice of hiding emotions from the narrowed gaze of my big brother keeps me from showing anything on my face. We're in the elevator, which makes it all the more oppressive. Oh yeah? Good for her. You need to make contact with Giuseppe, Junior says. I already have. The muscles in my neck stiffen. Now is the time. I've been silent on this issue far too long. Yeah, I will. I'm not marrying her. My mother goes still, and Junior rotates fully to face me. The fuck you're not. You're not the boss, I snarl. Junior's expression turns cold and hard. I've seen him kill wearing that same deadened look. I shove my hands in my pockets and lower my gaze, forcing myself to appear more congenial. Listen, I'll talk to Pops about it. I think we can come to some other arrangement that's equally beneficial for the Tacconis and the Pacinos. There. I said it. And that's all I have in my defense. I don't have any other ideas because this is an issue I've purposely refused to think about for most of my life. The elevator arrives on their floor and I escort them out. Junior snorts. You'd better do it soon, then. I talked to Pacino last week. He's waiting for completion.
I find it hard to believe Pacino is that anxious when no one has said a word to me about it since the girl turned 18. If they were in a rush, they would have pushed the issue 4 years ago. I run my fingers through my hair. Cazzo. I'll take care of it. You'd better. The flint in his voice is the kind that brings men to their knees. I slide the keycard into the lock of my ma's room and open the door. After you, I murmur, and she starts up again on her breathless report about everything and everyone back home. Chapter 9. Sandra. I changed my mind, I tell Corey, my cell phone pinched between my ear and my shoulder as I pace around on the balcony of my Bellissimo suite. I don't want to go on this date. Okay, so you don't have to, she says patiently. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to work there. I'll come pick you up right now. She stopped by after her shift earlier, and I filled her in on the latest. Now I've called her at home to talk some more. I peer over the edge of the balcony at the busy strip below. A quick, crazy fling with Nico Tacconi is one thing, but dating him? It's a bad idea. Agreed, Corey says. So cancel the date. I don't even have his phone number. I have to wait until he shows up. What are you really worried about? Just say it, even if you think it sounds stupid. Corey knows me so well. I have nothing to wear, I blurt. That's not really what this is about, but it seems to symbolize my dilemma. I'm not prepared to handle Nico Tacconi and everything it might mean to go on a date with him. I'm not even remotely prepared to be the girlfriend of a mafia boss. And I sure as hell shouldn't be screwing one. This is a man who carries a gun in a holster under his arm, a man involved with crime in the underworld, a killer. A knock sounds on the door. Shit! I'm still in my bra and underwear, 15 outfits donned and discarded around the room. He's here, I whisper urgently into the phone. Tell him you don't feel good. But I'm a terrible liar. Just tell him. The keycard slides in the lock and the door swings open. Right. Because he has a key and he owns me now. And I've let this happen. Been giddy about it, actually. Tacconi takes in my lack of dress and shuts the door quickly behind him. His eyes glitter, dark and serious. He's in the same suit as this morning, finely tailored to fit over his large, powerful frame. You're not ready. He sounds disappointed, like I'm an errant employee who didn't follow instructions. I don't have anything to wear. I opt for the truth, sweeping my hand around the destroyed room where my discarded clothes hang from every surface. His mouth twitches. He strolls slowly around the room like he owns the place. Which makes sense because he does. He picks up a jean skirt and tosses it to me. This, and he finds a sleeveless blouse on the bed. This. Listen, I say, my heart suddenly pounding hard. I don't think this is going to work. His eyes narrow. Too late. He lifts his chin. Put on the clothes. I have a surprise for you. When I still hesitate, he comes and takes the blouse and pulls it over my head. Come on, you'll like it, I promise. I'm almost relieved to have the decision taken out of my hands. He's not giving me a choice, is he? Except deep down, I'm pretty sure he'd let me off the hook if I were sincere. He knows when I'm bullshitting. I pull on the jean skirt and my platform sandals, which make Nico give my legs an approving up and down look. He gives my ass a smack when I walk past him to the door. The burn and tingle has me blushing. What's the surprise? I ask. He smiles. Dinner first, then the surprise. He escorts me to the rooftop restaurant, the casino's fine dining establishment. I tug on my skirt as we enter, feeling underdressed. Stop it. He leans down and murmurs in my ear. You look beautiful. The staff scrambles to find us the best table in the house, one that overlooks the entire strip and yet is tucked away in a corner for privacy. He orders some Yamazaki whiskey I've never heard of, and I ask for the house red. He shakes his head. Bring her the 2003 Bannockburn Pinot. Of course, Mr. Taccone. When I raise a brow, he winks. It's good. You know your wines. He shrugs his wide shoulders. I make it my business to know everything that's served, spoken, or happens in this casino. A tingle of awareness pricks the base of my spine. The refrain that always returns plays in my head. This is a dangerous man. Never forget it. I look at him, then survey the room. I don't even know what kind of conversation to make. Asking about his business probably isn't cool, considering the way he shook me down the day we met. The next time my gaze flicks to his, it locks. He's staring at me with that burning intensity that makes my stomach somersault. Tell me everything, Sandra Simonson. I want to know what makes you tick. I'm not falling for flattery today. You first, I dare. I know nothing about you except you have a lot to hide and a thing for cleaning girls. His lips twitch. Not girls, just you. And you're not a fucking cleaning girl. What am I then? I'm expecting some definition of our relationship, but he scowls. You're an art history professor who somehow fell down the trap door into my little corner of hell. If he's trying to scare me again, it doesn't work. I've moved past his threats. I'm still here. I want to know the real Taccone now. Tell me something real, not about business, about you. His eyebrows fly up. Okay. I've got a brother visiting from Chicago who busts my balls. I'm counting the minutes until he leaves. He rubs a hand across his face. That's just between you and me, of course. Older? Yeah, of course. Thinks he's the family's boss. Because your dad's in jail. When Taccone looks at me sharply, I shrug. I know how to Google Taccone crime family. His face relaxes into a fleeting smile. Yeah, exactly. Must be hard, all those alpha males in one family. A laugh bursts out of him, deep and rich. The maitre d' and waitstaff look over, surprised, like they didn't know he was capable of laughing. I become the object of curious stares. Yeah, I guess. I do like to be in charge. I'm the fourth son, so I knew I'd never inherit the kingdom. I think that's why I pushed so hard to get free of them. Or as free as I could. Out of state, my own operation. It was a goddamn necessity. So how many siblings altogether? 5. Names? Order? His lips twitch. You really want to know this shit? When I nod, he smiles again. Okay, pay attention. He holds up his hand to count on his fingers. Junior is the oldest, then Paolo, then Joe. I'm next. Stefano is last. Alessia is the baby. Your mom was holding out for a girl. He laughs again. Exactly. Hard to believe the rest of us didn't break her, isn't it? I like the way his face goes soft when he talks about his mom. It strikes me as a good sign. A man who loves his mom will treat a woman right. At least that's what conventional wisdom says. She's here visiting too. My brother's finding her a winter residence. I'd introduce you, but I like you too much to subject you to my family. I would laugh, but his tone is a shade too dark. Our drinks arrive and we order our food. Your turn. Tell me why you love art so much, Bambina. I smile. Who can say why they love something? When I see beautiful art, it makes my heart yearn, like I want to possess the beauty or the ingenuity. You ever want to be an artist? I shake my head. No, I just love to study the history of it. It's fascinating to me. Who's your favorite artist? I take a sip of wine. Too hard a question. I could tell you my favorite from each period. All right. He watches me so intently I shift in my seat. Surrealist. It's cliché, but I have to say Picasso. He smiles like I gave the right answer. Are you a fan? Me? He shrugs. Never thought much about it. Not sure I care one way or the other. His phone buzzes and he checks the text, then sends something back. It buzzes again. He curses and pinches the bridge of his nose. Sandra, baby, will you excuse me for 5 minutes? He's already out of his seat. "Please, don't leave. I really want to show you something after dinner." He waits, pinning me with a questioning look. The fact that he suggests I'll leave tells me it will be more than 5 minutes. I don't relish the idea of sitting here by myself, but then again, it's an expensive restaurant with gourmet food. I might as well enjoy it. And I'd be a bitch to begrudge Nico for needing to leave. He has a whole freaking casino to run. I nod. When he leaves, I pull out my phone to keep me company, and the waiter brings just my food. My stomach knots when I see a text from a Reno number. I didn't program his name into my phone when I changed my number, but I know it's Tanner's. He must have finally found someone to give him my new number. "Sandra, this is urgent. You can keep the car, but I need something out of it." The next text came a half hour later. "Seriously, it's really important." Then one 5 minutes ago. "Like life or death important." I look at the lobster on my plate and lose my appetite. Crap. Tanner had drugs in the car. The knowing comes with the calmness of the eye of a storm. My DJ party boy ex peddled a little ecstasy. At least that's what I knew. Sounds like he was into bigger deals than I understood. And the car? The car is long gone. I had it towed to the wreckage yard. I mean, maybe he can find it and get back what he needs, but I doubt it. Nico. I'm dealing with 3 idiot would-be coke dealers in my dungeon. Yes, my basement is a fucking dungeon, with an underground network of tunnels that lead out into the city. You might call them catacombs, because more than one body has been buried here. They're kids. Young, stupid, easy to scare. Security caught them moving powder in my nightclub. They could have called the cops, but I prefer to deal with this kind of shit in my own way. A little dose of fear goes a hell of a lot farther than the threat of a badge. I nod at my younger cousin Sal, who busts one of the guy's nose, then pulls his head up by the hair. All 3 of them have been worked over by my soldiers. "This is Mr. Taccone, owner of the Bellissimo. He has something to say to you." The kid is shitting himself. I walk over and look down my nose at him. "You think you can sell drugs in my club? In my casino?" "I'm sorry, Mr. Taccone," the guy on the left babbles. "We didn't know who you were, that you own this place. We'll never come back." I consider. I could make these boys my bitches and have them tithe to me from their profits, but they're too young and stupid. They wouldn't last long anyway. I opt for the get-out-of-town threat. "You have 1 day to leave my city. If we find you here again, you're dead. Capiche?" "Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Taccone." All 3 babble their promises. I nod to Sal and leave. I'm just grateful Junior didn't get a whiff of this, or he'd be all over it, just for the drama. No, he's actually been out doing what he said he was doing, real estate shopping with our ma. She called me tonight to say they'd put an offer in on a place and were heading back to Chicago in the morning. Normally, I might stay and give this shit a bit more attention, but Sandra's upstairs waiting for me. At least, I hope she waited. I sent Tony to find her cousin out on the floor and send her up to keep her company. I check my watch. Fuck! It's been 30 minutes since I left her. She's probably finished dinner and dessert by now. It's crazy how much I care about whether she stuck around, how much I want to show her my surprise. I walk as swiftly through the Bellissimo as I can, cursing the block-long floor plan that makes it nearly a mile to get back to the rooftop restaurant. Sandra and Corey are still there, but I was right. They're already finished with dessert and are drinking coffee. And, of course, my mom and fucking brother are sitting just a few feet away. I grind my teeth. Cristo, would it be too much for one thing to go right tonight? I detour to my ma and brother's table and shower them with my most effusive host protocol. They eat it up, until Junior sees me shooting a glance at Sandra's table. Then his eyes narrow. He sees far too fucking much, my brother. If you'll excuse me, I have to greet some other guests, but my staff will give you everything you could possibly desire. My ma offers her cheek for a kiss, but Junior just nods. I feel his eyes on me as I head to Sandra's table. I have to get her out of here, because if I know my prick of a brother, he'll be sure to mention my fiancée if he suspects there's anything between Sandra and I. Corey stands up when I get there and walks toward me with a cool glance. I reach in my pocket and pull out a $50 chip to hand to her as we pass. She takes it without comment. Sandra appears upset, though. She gets up and fusses with the strap of her purse. I escort her out without touching her, because I don't want Junior or my ma drawing any conclusions. We walk in silence, a thin line of tension straining between us. I'm not really one to say I'm sorry. I've done it more with this girl since I met her than I have in the entire last year. I apologize. It's all right, she says quickly. That's when I realize something else is up. We're outside the restaurant and I stop, pulling her around to face me. What's bothering you? She shakes her head. It's nothing. I bristle and put a knuckle under her chin. Don't fucking lie to me. She pales and I close my eyes. Cazzo. I brought the violence of the basement back up with me. Sandra doesn't deserve my temper, my meanness. She doesn't deserve the darkness that is my life. I tug her around to the bay of elevators and take one down to my suite below. I wanted to show her my surprise, but it will have to wait. I need to know what's going on in her head. The moment we get inside, I fold my arms across my chest. Talk. She nibbles her lip and looks away. Sandra. I infuse my voice with authority. I know I shouldn't bully her, but it's in my blood. I might need your help, and I really hate to ask for it. Relief sweeps through me. She has a problem that I can fix. This is what I do best. You need money? It's yours. That's usually the kind of problem people ask me to solve. That, or they need protection, or require some kind of violent justice be served. The misery on her face staggers my confidence. What is it, Piccolina? Just tell me. It's not for me. That's kind of the problem. It's not even for someone I care about, other than I don't want him to get killed. And then my heart solidifies into a lump of hard concrete. This is about her ex. And his life is in danger because of me, so I kind of feel responsible. Violence pours into me like a storm. I want to kill her stronzo ex for having the goddamn audacity to even be born. Don't tell me this is about your fucking ex. I already know it is. Her shoulders slump. I'm so sorry. Her voice is barely above a whisper. I pace away from her. You're so sorry for what? For asking this of you. And that's what puts me in a hard spot. I can't refuse her, even though it's for some other filo di puttana. I shove my hands in my pockets to keep from fisting them, and rotate to face her. What is it you need? I might not need anything. I mean, he's going to come to Vegas to look for the car at the salvage yard. I can't stand the way she fidgets with her purse strap, can't take her agitation. He had drugs stashed in it. I guess a lot. And he owes someone $30,000 now. I turn away as dark red anger floods my vision. My fist cracks through the drywall in front of me. Nico, she chokes. Never mind, I'm sorry. When I turn back, I see tears tracking down her cheeks. My brain goes haywire, wanting to inflict violence on the guy who made her cry, not computing it's me. After a breath, some other instinct kicks in, and the need to comfort her sends me across the room. I want to pull her into my arms, to cup her face and thumb away the tears, but I don't trust myself to touch her, not when I'm so hot to hurt someone. You're crying over him? I demand too harshly. To my surprise, she smacks my chest. No, I'm crying over you. I somehow manage not to stagger back. Her words gut me. I'm crying because you think I give a shit about him, because of what I'm doing to our relationship asking for this. And then I'm lost in relief, in gratitude.
My hands are all over her, yanking her clothes off. I meld my mouth to hers and back her up against the wall. I have her skirt up, her panties pulled to the side, and my finger strokes along her dewy slit. What's our relationship, Bambi? She stiffens, but I don't back off. I devour her mouth, screw one finger inside her. What's our relationship? Are you saying you're my girl? Nico, she whimpers, her head sliding along the wall as I push my finger in and out. Huh? Are you mine, Sandra? I shove another finger in, fuck her with both of them. You gonna accept that I own this pussy now? You give it to me any time I demand it? She clutches my forearms. Little sex cries come from her lips, but she's pushing me away. I know I'm going way too far, but I can't stop myself. I want to hear her say it. I want her to admit she's mine. Nico, she repeats my name. Say it, baby. You belong to me now. Say it and I'll help the filo di putana, so long as you promise never to talk to him again. I promise, she says quickly. I withdraw my fingers and she gasps in surprise, her eyes opening and focusing on mine. Say it. I belong to you. Good girl. Pure power runs through me now, like the adrenaline of a fight, of a kill. I pull a condom from my pocket and unbuckle my belt. She watches me with glazed eyes, her chest still heaving from the finger fucking. I make quick work of the condom and flatten her against the wall, shoving my dick between her legs. She takes me, lifting one leg to draw me in. That's it, Piccolina. Take every goddamn inch of me. This is the cock that owns you. Her cries grow louder, her head rolling against the wall. The hole where my fist went through is just to her right, a reminder of what I've earned. She wraps both legs around my waist like she did in the shower, and I get even deeper inside her. Wanting to fuck her so hard her teeth rattle, I carry her to the bedroom and lay her on the edge of the bed. Then I pound into her, my sanity slipping with each glorious thrust. I'm like a fucking gladiator or a ruthless, rutting beast. I'm not thinking about her pleasure, not holding back from the violence with which I need to claim her. One moment I think I could go all night, just dip my dick in her over and over again until the earth falls apart. And the next, I'm coming like a freight train. I roar and slam deep. Sandra screams and wraps her legs behind my back, using her heels to pull me even deeper. I come and come and come some more as her muscles squeeze my dick. And then we break apart. I stagger to the bathroom to dispose of the condom. When I come back, Sandra's sitting up, eyes wide and frightened. She stands and pulls down her skirt. Hey. I reach for her, but she turns away. I pull her back against my front, wrap my arms around her and hold her fast. You're scared. She draws in a long, shaky breath. Don't be scared of me, Piccolina. I'm a dick. I say asshole things. Doesn't mean I don't respect you. I turn her to face me. She bursts into tears again and I go ice cold. What have I done? I'm sorry. I cup the back of her head, lift her face to me. Did I hurt you? Look at me, Sandra, please. Did you feel like I forced you? No. She answers immediately, which gives me some measure of relief. What is it, then? She wipes her tears. It was just intense. I pull her right up against my body, hold her tight. Hell yeah, it was intense. For me, too. She blinks those big blue eyes at me. Why was it intense for you? I consider for a moment. I want to answer truthfully, but the answer scares the shit out of me. Because she cares. She cares about me. And our relationship. And this is exactly why I shouldn't be messing with sweet Sandra Simonson. Because I'm not even remotely available. Even if I wasn't promised to another, I can't devote the time and attention to her that she deserves. Just look how poorly tonight went. Our date ruined by the kind of mishap that happens hourly around here. Sandra's already giving me her heart, and I'd be the worst kind of stronzo to take it. The very worst.
Sandra. So you'll help? Nico grimaces, but he nods. I'll help you. I clutch his arm. You won't hurt him? His nostrils flare. I can't fucking stand you begging me on his behalf, Bambi. I can't really stand it either. Tanner shouldn't be screwing up my relationship with Nico. But I feel responsible for taking the car. I knew when I did it, it was the wrong thing to do, but I wanted to punish him. But not with death. I drop my forehead against his chest and he strokes the back of my neck. I still can't believe such a powerful man is so into me, but knowing he's willing to give me this means everything. I won't hurt him, he mutters, disgust registering in his voice. But if it costs me 30 large, I'm going to take payment out on your ass. I jerk my head up to read his expression and find him smirking. My butt clenches at the threat. Does he mean more spanking? Because I pretty much loved every time he's done it. Give me the details on the car. I'll send my guys over there tonight to find the drugs. I tell him everything I can about the car and the salvage yard, and he gets on his phone and barks orders. When he hangs up, I thank him. Do I still get my surprise? He barks out that booming laugh, and it seems to surprise even him. Yes, Piccolina, come on. He grabs my hand, and suddenly we're headed out the door of his suite, back into the elevator. He uses his key card to punch in a number, which means we're going to a private floor. I'm intrigued. He pushes me up against the elevator wall and claims my mouth, not stopping the kiss until the doors open and I squirm. Then he turns on a dime and tugs me out of the elevator, moving briskly through what appear to be management offices. We arrive at a door flanked by 2 security guards. Mr. Taccone. They nod their deferential greetings. Nico presses his thumb to the pad, then brings his eye level for a retinal scan. High tech. The heavy door unclicks, and one of the guards pulls it open for us. We step into a giant, room-sized safe. Carts of neatly bundled cash make my eyes bug out, but Nico heads over to a cabinet, which he opens. He pulls out a rectangular object draped in black cloth. Art. I rush to his side, my heart already beating faster. I know before he uncovers it, it's a Picasso. Even so, a shudder of pleasure, of recognition runs through me. It's from his blue period, of a woman sitting in a chair. Nico, I breathe. Where did you get this? He doesn't look at the painting at all. He's only watching my reaction to it. I occasionally collect debt payment in the form of fine art and gems. Do you know what this is worth? I had it valued. He says this casually, like the $10 million painting isn't what interests him. What's the name of this one? I've never seen pictures of it. Woman in Chair. He reaches in the cabinet and pulls out another painting, then another. He unveils 4 Picassos, 1 Rembrandt, 2 Rothkos, and a Renoir. I'm practically swoony by the time I've examined them all up close. You should have these on display. Set up the Bellissimo Museum or something. Nico has his hands in his pockets. He's standing back, observing me, like I'm the rare and valuable masterpiece. I could. I'd have to invest in heavy security. Plus, then everyone and their brother knows how much wealth I have sitting around here. True, but it could be a draw. It might set your casino apart as something really special. The must-see of Las Vegas. I gasp as an idea occurs to me. You could make the whole place about art. Go with Italian artists and decorate the different towers in different periods. Nico's eyes glitter and his lips curl into a smile. That's an idea, yes. He wraps the paintings back up, one by one, and replaces them. When he takes my hand to lead me out, he says, You really love them. My mouth falls open. How can you not? He chuckles. For me, they're just a different form of currency, a diversification of my portfolio. For you, they're like, I don't know, living beings. I laugh because that's exactly how I see art. Yes, Incredible beings. They should be on display. He leads me back out to the elevator. I'll make you a deal. I'll set up a museum, redecorate the Bellissimo if you direct and curate it. I stop mid-stride. Really? You'd let me curate?
Of course. Who the fuck else would I hire?
I throw my arms around him because those paintings are already in my soul, already calling to me, begging to be shown, to be celebrated. Thank you. I'd love to. He smiles down at me.
You're happy.
He sounds half surprised, half satisfied. I kiss his stubbled jaw. So happy. Good. He takes me back up to his place, but when he opens the door, he ushers me in, but doesn't close it. I have work to do, but I want you to sleep in my bed tonight. He doesn't ask. It's an order. What if I say no? I ask, testing. He raises a brow. Why would you? Good point. Why would I? Just to prove he doesn't own me? Didn't I just promise he did? I guess I need to know how deep I'm in. Would he let me go if I said no? Or would he hold Tanner over my head? How real is this? I take it back. I don't want to know. I want to stick my head deep in the sand and enjoy what I have. An incredible new job opportunity. And a man who thinks I'm the cat's meow. And the fact that he's a dangerous criminal can just get swept under the rug for the moment. I don't have my toothbrush here. Nico's lips twitch. I'll have one brought up for you. I need to go, and I don't want you running around the casino by yourself. I roll my eyes, and he cocks a stern brow. Indulge me, cucciola mia. I need to know you're up here keeping my bed warm with this hot little body. He pulls me against him, and I melt into his hard, muscled form. What's cucciola? Pet. I called you my pet. That seems a fitting name for a woman he thinks he owns. I swallow down my nerves. He respects me. He just created a dream job for me. I don't need to be afraid. Or do I? Chapter 10. Nico. I enter my suite around 5 in the morning. Like every night this week, Sandra's in my bed sleeping, where she belongs. My guys found the drugs in her car, a half-pound of Molly, which has a street value of more than $30,000. They delivered it to her asshole ex with a mild beatdown and the warning to never contact Sandra again. Problem solved. I'm not even pissed anymore, because I got to be her hero. I stand in the doorway and look at her, so beautiful, her expression sweet in slumber. If I were a decent man, I'd let her sleep. But I can't fucking sleep until I've put my dick into her, so I take off my clothes and climb over her. She murmurs something in her sleep, her knees parting to make room for me. My cock is harder than stone, already leaking for her. I've been waiting for this moment all fucking night, but I had 3 private games to manage that took my attention. Sandra's wearing a tank top and a pair of pink satin panties. I tug up her tank and feast on one nipple. Nico. She weaves her fingers into my hair, her eyelids fluttering as she wakes. I love hearing my name on her lips. I thumb her pussy over the triangle of silk covering it. You're wearing panties in my bed, baby. She smiles. Oops. I pause for a beat, trying to work out if she means what I think she does. Last night, in a fit of filthy talk, I told her I expected to find her pussy bare when I came to bed. Are you hoping for a spanking? Her grin grows wider and she arches into me. I yank down the panties. You'll be punished for that, amore. She rolls her hips on the bed. I flip her over to her stomach and slap her ass. It's so spankable, but I'm low on patience tonight. I smack her cheeks a half-dozen times and then knock her legs wide. Spread 'em for me, Angel. I'm harder than steel for you, and I have been all night. I grab a pillow and shove it under her hips to give me a better angle. No foreplay for you, naughty girl. You'll have to take my cock exactly how I want to give it to you. She raises her ass. Oh, hell, a few slaps won't kill her. I meant to keep them light, but the second my hand connects with her ass, I want more. I smack her harder, louder. 4 more. She moans wantonly. I gave you one simple rule. Keep this pussy bare for me. I push her ass cheeks wide. Makes me think you wanted my punishment. She makes an sound. I grip her hair and lift her head. Did you? Yes, she gasps. I release her hair and massage her scalp to take away the sting. Maybe I should fuck your ass to teach you a lesson. She goes rigid, which wasn't what I was going for. Still, I pull her cheeks wide and bump the head of my cock against her anus to make her squeal. No, please, she whimpers. Are you going to be a good girl? Yes, sir. Oh, Madonna, I love it when she calls me sir. I roll on a condom and push into her without preamble. She's already slick with her own juices, but she cries out. I stop at the hilt and bite her neck. Okay, baby? Yes, Nico. Damn, I'm 1 stroke in and already need to come just because she said my name. That's right, baby. Say my name. Whose cock are you going to take? She moans, and even through the condom I can tell her pussy got wetter. Yours. God, yes. I mutter several curses in Italian as I continue to plow into her. She's so soft, so willing, so fucking responsive. It's like our bodies were made for each other's. I need her with an intensity that humbles me. This is what drives me to act like a possessive asshole. To want to own her, control her. I know it's not right, but I can't stop myself. And while it turns her on, I also know it scares her, which also turns her on. I'm learning everything that makes my little art historian tick. I push her ass cheeks apart to give her the sensation of my loins against her asshole, and she cries out, excitement wavering in her voice. This ass belongs to me, doesn't it, Bella? She moans with each quick pant, a tapestry of sound to accompany the slap of flesh against flesh. Say you need this cock, baby. Say you need it as much as I need your tight little pussy. I need it, she pants. I need it so badly. It's all over for me. My eyes roll back in my head. I ride her like my life depends on it, like if I don't fuck her hard enough, neither one of us will survive. She fists the bedsheets, screaming with each thrust. My balls draw up painfully tight, thrusts become erratic. Come for me, angel. Come as fucking hard as I'm going to. I release, burying myself deep inside her and climaxing so forcefully I nearly black out. I'm gone for a few moments, and then I realize my weight is on her and I roll off, pulling her to spoon against my front, our bodies still connected. I finger one nipple, gently squeezing and tugging. Baby, you have no idea what you do to me. The orgasm has me grateful. I want to offer her money, gifts, anything she'll take. But I don't want her to feel cheap either. I know it's a sensitive point for her. Every day I thank the stars I figured out a position she loves that I can pay her to do. What can I do for you? Tell me what you need. She goes quiet for too long, which makes me itchy. Something's on her mind, something she's not sure how to say. I pull out of her and throw the condom in the wastebasket beside the bed. She half rolled to her back, but her head's still turned away from me. I roll her to face me. Tell me, baby. I'm not making you happy. What is it? She blinks for a moment, then draws a breath. Am I your girlfriend, Nico? Your booty call? What am I to you? I lean up on one elbow, trying not to show my alarm. This is the conversation I've dreaded. Can Nico Tacconi have a girlfriend? What do you want to be? I stroke her hair back from her face, but she jerks away, irritation in the movement. Are you asking if there's someone else, baby? You have to know there's not. You think I could come this hard if I were fucking another woman? She drags her lip through her teeth. No, she says slowly. I don't think that. It's one of the things I like about you. You make me feel so desirable. If I had one hint there was another woman, I'd be out of here in a heartbeat. After 10, I raise my brows and a warning finger. Don't say his name. Well, you know what happened with him. I'm never doing that again. Alarm bells are going off in the back of my head. She's telling me something important. She's not going to tolerate infidelity. Which isn't a problem. Except for my fucking marriage contract. 22 years ago, my father made an arrangement with Giuseppe Pacino to permanently combine our two families. Because they are both old-world men, neither balked at the idea of binding a 10-year-old boy to a newborn girl without their consent. In fact, they celebrated the return to the old customs, their wisdom and our combined prosperous future. Giuseppe has no sons, and so my father, I believe, thought he was providing me with the chance to one day be boss of a powerful family. He didn't realize I'd make my own chances, become boss on my own terms. But the two crime families have operated with mutually beneficial terms ever since. I know very little about Jenna Pacino. I've avoided her like the plague. I kind of figured she must be as horrified by the contract as I am and would take my absence as a relief. But I haven't canceled the contract. Only my father can do that, and he's sitting in jail. And until now, it didn't really matter to me. And I shouldn't consider it now, because... Fuck, I've been quiet too long. Sandra's face closes. There's no one else, I say fiercely, to counteract whatever conclusion she's drawn. Except it's a fucking lie, isn't it? I don't think you want to be permanently bound to me, though, baby. Do you know what I am? Even in the filtered light of the city coming through the windows, I see her pale. Her mouth cinches up. I grip her jaw. I will fucking possess you. I'll claim you for life. But I'd be condemning you to eternity with the devil. Crime is in my blood. Violence is behind my name. I've tried to distance myself. I try to keep my hands clean over here, running a legit business, paying taxes on the money we make. But I'll never be free of it. And I don't want to take you down with me. Her eyes fill with tears and she rolls away. I catch her by the waist as she sits up, her back to me. Please, don't go. What am I asking her? My brain races, trying to come up with some solution, some compromise that will keep her in my bed. Give me just a little more time with you. I'm not ready to give you up. Stay. Get my museum up and running. Redecorate the casino. Then I promise I'll let you go. She turns to look back at me. I see longing and pain reflected in those beautiful blue eyes. I never beg, baby. That's how much you mean to me. She doesn't turn around. What am I agreeing to? Her voice sounds hoarse. Just sex? No. My voice is harsh. Her question makes sense. Sex is all I've had time to give her, and yet the idea of her suggesting that's all I want pisses me off. I need so much more than sex. I crave possessing her, body, mind, soul. Girlfriend, if that's how you want to define it, I want your time and attention, too. She gives a snort, and I realize my lack of presence has been felt. I'm sorry I've been so busy, Angel. I will make time for you. I promise. Even I hear the emptiness of the promise, because it's one I'm not sure how to deliver. This casino takes up 23 out of the 24 hours in a day, and the remaining hour it's still in my thoughts, which is why I can't sleep without fucking Sandra like a raging bull. But if that's what she needs, I'll figure it the fuck out. I always do. Come back to bed, Bella. You know I can't sleep without you beside me. She allows me to tug her down to the mattress and wrap my longer body around hers. Within a few moments, her breath slows and she falls asleep. Me, I'm awake for an hour before I finally give up on sleep and go take a shower. Sandra. You're falling for him. Corey kicks her legs in the Bellissimo pool. We're sitting on the side near the faux boulders and man-made waterfall, a week after Nico begged me to stay and promised to make time for me. It hasn't happened. No, I'm not. Bullshit. If you weren't, you'd be perfectly happy to stay with him, let him pay for all your expenses, and have great sex until you figure out your next move. But you're not. You want something more. I drop into the pool, keeping my arms above the water. The knot of dread tightening in my belly tells me she's dead on. I want something more, and Nico can't give it. He's made that abundantly clear. Although I'm not sure if he's telling me the whole story. After being lied to and cheated on more times than I care to admit, an alarm bell is going off somewhere in my subconscious. But maybe that's just me being paranoid. Maybe I'm too damaged from my past mistakes to even know a relationship worth fighting for when it bites me in the ass. Well, something more isn't on the docket. I walk through the water, letting it cool my skin, warm from the sun. So you need to figure out what you want. If you need to protect your heart, you should go now. Or you could decide to just get everything you can out of this experience. Great sex, resume building, publicity, a story to tell your grandkids, and ride it out until the museum's set up, like he suggested. Yeah, I wish it were that easy. But my heart is totally in play, and it's already showing signs of damage, and yet no part of me is willing to walk away yet. I'm not sure why not, because it's so intoxicating to be desired, I guess. And I might tell myself he's all talk. This is the smooth-talking Romeo who has me under his spell, except I see firsthand how well he sleeps after we've had sex. He looks 10 years younger afterward, the lines in his face easing, the light coming back into his eyes. It's egotistical to believe, but I think he needs me. I climb out of the pool and wrap a towel around my waist. I'm going to go work on the museum stuff. Corey pulls her feet out of the water and slips them into flip-flops. If he promised to make more time for you and he hasn't delivered, you should demand it from him. That was the arrangement you had. Demanding anything from Nico Tacconi is a big fat laugh. Or you could just show up on the floor tonight in a sexy dress and watch him flip out. A wicked grin plays around Corey's lips. I pause in the act of picking up my swim bag. Nico's jealous enough that he didn't want me dealing cards or cleaning anyone else's room. It probably wouldn't take much to tweak him into action. That would guarantee a reaction. Corey smiles. I have the perfect dress you can borrow, a slinky red wraparound. Wear it with a pair of fuck-me pumps and he'll forget all about work for the night. It's a better idea than the one I've been trying, working as hard as Nico to distract myself from my thoughts of why this relationship is all wrong. Let's go get the dress. Chapter 11. Nico. I'm an asshole because I promised to treat Sandra like a girlfriend and not a fuck toy, and then I haven't had a goddamn minute during the waking hours to treat her right. I pick up my phone and call Stefano, my younger brother. He and I are tight, close in age and of a similar mindset. He's been in the old country, working with our great uncle. Nico, come va? He answers. I get right to the point. I need you. Stefano swears. What is it? No, nothing bad. My operation has grown too big. I can't work enough hours in the day, and I need someone to share the load. I need you, specifically. Stefano's quiet for a moment. Tony's not enough? Tony can't do everything, and he's not my brother. I pay him well, but I can't share the kingdom with him. Dad wouldn't allow it. Yeah, okay. I'll talk to Zio. I'm sure he can let me go if you really need me. I do. I need you to head up security. That way I can focus on continued growth. Call me back and let me know when you can come. I will. I'm about to hang up when he says, Nico. I put the phone back to my ear. What prompted this? What do you mean? Are you sick? Did something happen? I blow out a breath. This is why I need Stefano. He's fucking perceptive. It's a woman. Stefano lets out a surprised bark of laughter. No shit. Yeah, and I'm working 20 hours a day and she's gonna walk. You're serious about this woman? Everything in my chest tightens because I know what Stefano's next question will be. I try to head it off by saying, I'm not sure. Bullshit. You're serious. What about Jenna Pacino? Yeah, I don't know. I need to cancel that contract, I guess. Have you talked to Dad? Not yet. Well, you'd better do it soon. He's not going to want any surprises. Does he know you're calling me back? I want to put my fist through the wall. I hate being fucking bound by my family. No. Talk to him first, Nico. I don't want to get in the middle of your shit pile. I'll fucking talk to him, I snap. You get on a fucking plane to Vegas. Si, signore. Stefano's voice is dry, but I know he won't hold a real grudge over me being a dick. I start to hang up without a goodbye, but then I bring the phone back to my ear. Grazie, fratello. Good to hear from you, Nico. I'm glad you found someone. Stefano's voice has gone soft. And you're still a stronzo. Yes, I am an asshole. Always. He snorts and hangs up, and I'm left smiling into the phone, which is about as uncharacteristic for me as doing a jig in a leprechaun suit. I head out on the floor, where I have at least 6 fucking issues to take care of, in addition to wooing 3 big spender whales. I stop short. Sandra sits at the bar in a slinky red dress, her shapely legs punctuated with a pair of sexy black heels. She pulled her hair up into a sophisticated French twist and is drinking a martini. As if that isn't enough to absorb, there's a guy sitting next to her, leaning in and making conversation. I'm going to kill the fucker. Mr. Taccone, Jeff Blue has been asking to speak with you about a private game. One of my managers is at my elbow. Merda. No, maybe it's for the best. I need to calm down. I can't go rip the guy off the bar stool and smash his head in just for talking to my girl. What is she doing? I move swiftly toward Jeff Blue and force myself to act civil. This is a man who drops 10 to 50,000 a night when he's in my establishment. I make time for him when he comes. I don't even know what I say to him, because the whole time my eye is on the sexy blonde at the bar. Before I pull away, though, the other whale joins us. He recognizes Jeff and wants in on a private game. Fuck. Private games are great. I make a killing. But they require a hell of a lot of security and hand-holding. This is why I need Stefano here. I'm gnawing through my leash when some other asshole sits on the other side of Sandra. She rotates in her chair and sees me, but all I get is a fucking smile and a fresh crossing of her stocking-clad legs. Oh, shit. She's jerking me on purpose. I blink, my mind going to white fuzz for a moment. I'm less frantic than I am pissed now. Tony comes over to tell me about a new fucking emergency with an attempted scam in the back room. I step away from the whales and yank him to the side. Get Sandra out of here and in my suite now. If I see another fucking guy talking to her, I'm gonna lose my shit. Got it, boss. Leo and Sal are in the back room dealing with the con. You want me to come there when I'm done? No, I'll need you on the private game as soon as I get it arranged. Understood. I leave without looking back at Sandra again, because if I do, someone's going to lose their teeth. Sandra. This was a horrible idea. I thought the ploy worked for a brief moment when I sensed Nico's stare burning through my back, but he never came over, and when he left, he looked pissed. And now his strong arm is heading my way. Tony steps up and looks at the guys sitting on either side of me. Get lost. One of them sputters with anger. The other slinks away like a stray dog caught stealing food. "Do you want me to go?" Angry Man demands. I nod. "Yeah, you'd better." He puffs up his chest. "Are you afraid of this guy?" "Really, you should go. It was nice talking to you." I make my voice polite but firm. The guy is drunk enough to do something stupid, and I definitely don't want any kind of violence on my hands. I'm fine. He frowns, but when Tony takes a menacing step forward, decides to cut his losses and leave.
"Boss wants you upstairs in his suite."
Oh, now that raises my hackles. Excuse me? He didn't even have the fucking time to come over and talk to me himself, and now he's sending me up to his suite. Bullshit. Tony holds his hands up, palms out.
"Hey, I don't want to be in the middle of a lover's spat. I have orders to get you up there. Nico has 5 fires burning, or I'm sure he'd be over here himself."
Hearing about Nico's stress dampens my anger. Is it really fair of me to attempt to draw his attention away from his business? Then again, is it fair for him to treat me like he owns me and order me around? Tony leans an elbow on the bar beside me.
"Listen, you're making my job tough here. If I touch you, Nico will have my balls. But I also have my orders. So what's it going to take to get you out of here and upstairs to the boss's suite?"
I fold my arms across my chest. Information? He lifts a brow.
"Like what?"
What am I doing? Do I even want the answers to my questions? What am I going to say? Special? His only one? Tony cocks his head like he's trying his best to interpret crazy female. Am I his usual type? Tony blinks, surprise flitting over his face. He loops an arm around my elbow.
"Come on. Let me take you out of here, and I'll tell you everything you want to know."
Mollified, I hop off the bar stool and allow him to escort me to the private elevators. Once we're alone, he releases my elbow and faces me.
"No, you're not his usual type. You're pretty fucking far from his usual type."
I'm not sure whether to be relieved or disappointed.
"You're the only woman he's wanted to screw. Pardon my crudeness. More than once the entire time I've known him, which is since we were kids. So I don't know what he's told you, but I'd say you're pretty damn special to him."
Warmth seeps into my chest and my anger evaporates. Yeah? Tony nods.
"Yeah. And don't think every fucking person who works for him isn't grateful you're helping him sleep. He was hell on wheels to manage for a while there."
We arrive on Nico's floor and he escorts me to the door.
"You got a key?"
I fish the key card out of the little evening purse I borrowed from Corey. Yep, thanks. He waits until I open the door before he leaves. Good night, Tony.
"Good night yourself, Miss Simonson."
Miss Simonson. I've definitely moved up in the casino world. I go inside and pace around Nico's place. It could be hours and hours before he comes. It will probably be the usual 4:30 a.m. alarm clock wake-up. That thought brings a weight crushing down on my chest. Too much feels unresolved, up in the air. I don't see how I'll sleep until we talk. Fortunately, it's not too long. Nico comes in 45 minutes later while I'm watching Saturday Night Live on the television. He still appears pissed. I turn off the TV and stand up. He stands near the door, shoves his hands in his pockets, and regards me. The fact that he doesn't come closer sends my stomach plummeting. Usually he's all over me the minute he sees me. Sandra, you disrespected me down there. My breath leaves me. Disrespected. Crap. This is an alpha male with a full-on Mafia ego. Respect means everything. I try to draw on my anger from earlier. He disrespected me, too. He hasn't made time for me, didn't even bother to come over, and treated me like a possession. I square my shoulders and open my mouth. He holds up a hand before I can speak. I know I let you down this week. I'm working on a fucking solution. But if you have a problem with me, you come and talk to me about it. You don't fucking make a fool out of me in my own club. My heart sinks even further. I wasn't making a fool. He holds up his hand again to silence me. Never again. My pussy clenches at the steel in his voice. Wow. A full-on Nico Taccone scolding. It's 1 part humiliating, 2 parts exciting. I'm definitely wired wrong because I find an angry mob boss thrilling. He walks to the bar and pours himself a drink. I have shit to do, he mutters, his back turned. You should go to your own room tonight. I won't be here before daylight. He walks out on the balcony without looking back. My heart's on the floor. He's angrier than I thought. I need to fix things before I go. I'm not about to leave on this note. Not when my emotions are on edge, my hormones are raging, and Nico's still mad. I follow him out. He sinks into a seat and stares out at the night. Nico, not tonight, baby. His voice is clipped, tight. I stand in front of him, blocking his view. Nico. In a quick, irritated move, he pulls me face down over his lap and lands 9 quick, hard smacks on my ass. The spanks hurt, but I'm more excited than anything else. This is a realm I'm familiar with, him touching me, being a little too rough. And it seems to change something in him, too. The moment the flurry of spanks stop, he's squeezing and palming my ass in that possessive way of his. He slides his hand up inside my dress and rubs between my legs. My panties are already damp, and he growls when he feels them. Stand up and take off your panties for your spanking, baby. His voice is gravelly and rough. All the tightness is gone. He helps me up, and I shimmy out of my panties and lie back over his lap. This is sex now. Nico's anger is gone, and the current of lust runs between us, as strong as always. He slides 1 large palm up the back of my leg, dragging the hem of Corey's red dress with it. I'm wearing black thigh-high stockings with a seam up the back and bows at the top, and Nico growls when he gets the full view of them. Some of the anger returns to his voice, though. Who did you wear these for? He smacks my ass hard. For you, I yelp immediately. He massages away the sting. They better be for me. Another smack and massage. My jealousy is a dangerous thing, baby. Don't ever play that game with me again. He tightens his grip around my waist and starts spanking. It's a real spanking, hard and fast, unrelenting. My breath leaves me and rushes back in. I jerk and squirm because it's suddenly not so sexy. It hurts. A flash of real fear runs through me. How far will he take this? I'm sorry, I cry out. He stops immediately and rubs. Show me, baby. His voice is low and rough again. He releases my waist. I understand what he means and slide off his lap to the floor in front of him. He grabs the cushion from the seat beside him and nudges me up to cushion my knees. I'm eager to please. I don't think I've ever been so excited about giving a blowjob in my life. I unbuckle his belt and open his trousers to release his thick erection. He watches me with heavy-lidded eyes as I lick around the head. My butt still stings from the spanking, which makes this servile act all the hotter. I'm paying penance with my tongue, with my lips, my mouth. I take him deep and his thighs tense, knees shooting wider. I cup his balls and massage behind them, looking for the sensitive area between the balls and the anus. I switch my hand, jacking him in a tight fist and moving my mouth lower to teabag him. Oh, fuck! Nico's hand tangles in my hair, knocking down my French twist. Madonna, Cristo, Dio, what are you doing to me? I love the heady power that surges through me, knowing how much pleasure I'm giving him. I suck the other ball, lick the seam of his scrotum. When I return to engulf his cock in my mouth, He surges forward in the chair, shoving it down my throat as he holds the back of my head captive. I choke, but don't stop sucking. I move up and down over his cock, taking him into the pocket of my cheek, then to the back of my throat. I've never been good at deep-throating, but for Nico I want to try. I slow down and relax my muscles. He tightens his fist in my hair and groans. The string of Italian curses fuels my desire. I pick up my speed, bobbing over his cock, using my fist too, so it feels like I'm taking his full length. "Sandra! Fuck! Sandra!" He comes down my throat. I swallow. It's my first time not gagging, and I'm pretty damn proud of myself. It doesn't hurt that Nico's roar still echoes off the building. I continue to roll my tongue along the underside of his cock, sucking him dry. My clit pulses in time with my heartbeat. My ass is still hot and twitchy. I need sex desperately. Nico. Sandra's surrender leaves me utterly transformed. Maybe it's this quality in her all along that entranced me. The way she yields, makes herself vulnerable. To me, Nico Taccone, the guy most everyone cowers from. Even when I bark, she stays soft. She fucking stood up and took off her panties for my punishment, after I inexcusably lost my temper and smacked her ass in anger. I'm humbled by her, humbled and grotesquely empowered at the same time, because I'm not about to give up the control she handed over to me. I'm taking this all the way. Come here, Bambi. I lift her off her knees and sit her on my lap, facing away. Open for me. I pull her thighs open and drape them over mine, so she's spread wide. She leans back against me, her head falling onto my shoulder. Her breath rises and falls quickly, and her skin is warm and soft. I slide my hands up her inner thighs, dragging the red dress with them. I palm her pussy. She lets out a breathy sigh. I'll bet this pussy needs some attention, I murmur in her ear, giving her clit a light slap. She shivers. Yes, please. Have I mentioned how much I fucking love it when she says please? I slap her pussy again. It's wet, swollen. I dip my middle finger into her and she squirms against it, trying to work me in deeper. I pump my digit in and out of her a few times, then stop. I'm not sure I'm going to let you get off, though. She whimpers. Do you think you deserve to come, Angel? She goes still, and I fear I've gone too far. But then she uses the most adorable pleading voice. Please, Nico? I pump again. Fuck. It's damn near impossible for me to deny you anything when you beg me in that sexy little voice, Bambi. Please fuck me. Oh, Christ. My cock is already getting hard again. I'm going to lose this battle. But I play hardball with her. Oh, I'm going to fuck you, Angel. I slap her pussy. I'm going to fuck you good. I'm going to fuck that tight little virgin ass of yours. She goes still again, and I know she's scared. I nip her ear. Don't worry, I murmur. I'll make it good. I promise, baby. I wait until she exhales and the tension in her muscles ease, and then I lift her from my lap and stand up. Go take off your dress and lie face down on my bed. It's a test. If she doesn't do it, I'm not going to push. I'm not that much of an asshole. But I do think I can make her like it. She cuts her eyes to me, then toddles toward the bedroom on unstable legs. Victory makes my cock punch out hard again. I follow her to the bedroom and find a bottle of lube. I haven't had to use it with her. She seems to be constantly wet for me, but I'm glad I have it. She obeys me, stripping off her dress and lying down on the bed, wearing only a black lace bra and a pair of sexy black stockings with a seam up the back. God damn, that's a beautiful sight. She turns her head to the side to look at me, and her gaze is almost shy, so shockingly vulnerable it makes my heart squeeze. I grab both the pillows from the bed and lift her hips. Put these under you, Angel, and spread your sexy thighs. I crawl up between her legs and pull her ass cheeks apart, lick a long line from her clit to her anus. She mules and shivers. I repeat the action, then give one cheek a smack. Her ass is still pink from the spanking I gave her, which shouldn't turn me on so much, but it does. I want to give her everything she needs. Make this the best possible intro to anal. I lube up her ass in my finger and start slow, massaging over her anus, penetrating her and working the tight ring of muscles open. I talk to her the whole time, soothing her, praising her. That's it, baby. Open for me. Relax and let me in. Good girl. When I work up to pumping my finger in her, she whimpers and slides a hand between her legs to rub her clit. That's it, Angel. Take what you need. I'm going to fuck this sexy ass of yours now. I put on a condom and lube the hell out of it, then press the head of my cock at her entrance. Take a deep breath. Her back and ribs widen as she draws in her breath. Now exhale. When she obeys, I ease in, feeding my length inch by inch. Her moan raises in pitch, but she doesn't tighten against me, doesn't resist. Good girl. Take my big cock in your ass. This is what happens when you've been a naughty girl. She moans louder, a wanton sound that I take as a green light. I fill her all the way to the hilt, then ease back and fuck her again. Nico, she pants. Oh, my God. I know, baby. You're getting your ass fucked by the man who owns you. I know I'm an asshole, but I have to possess this woman, to own her, keep her, claim and dominate her. Especially after she made me watch her flirt with those fuckers downstairs. I pound her ass, thoroughly fuck her until her cries take on a high-pitched, panicked sound. Please, she begs. Please, oh please, oh please. I already came once, so I could go on forever, but I know she's desperate to climax. I close my eyes and let the pleasure surge through me. My balls tighten up. I lower my hips to rest on her ass and rock in and out while I work my hand under her hips. Her fingers are frantic between her legs, but I knock them out of the way and sink 3 of mine into her wet channel. She's sopping, as juicy as I've ever felt a woman, and so swollen and slick. I'm going to come in your ass, baby, and when I tell you it's time, you're going to come all over my fingers. Capiche? Yes, please, Nico, she sobs. The urgency of her need sends me over the cliff. My hips snap and I fuck her a few more times before I come again. Now, baby! Her entire body convulses, pussy fluttering around my fingers, anus tightening almost painfully around my cock. It must hurt her, too, because she cries out and her muscles go slack, surrendering once more. That's it, baby. Good girl. I kiss her neck. You took it so well. Did you like your first ass-fucking? She doesn't answer, and a little ball of dread starts building in my solar plexus. I ease out of her and throw the condom in the trash by the bed. I'll be right back, I murmur, and quickly wash my hands in the bathroom. The urgency to return to her is almost overwhelming. She hasn't moved since I left her. She's still collapsed over the pillows, her ravished ass on display. Look at me, Piccolina. I roll her over. She doesn't seem to want me to see her face, because she lunges up for me, wrapping her arms tightly around my neck. I hold her tight, petting her hair, kissing her temple. Tell me you're okay, baby. She nods against my neck. I'm okay. Her voice is ragged. I need to see you. Her arms tighten around my neck. Angel. I lower her back to the bed and roll to my side so we're facing one another. Look at me. She gradually releases her grip on my neck. I cradle her face in one palm, run my thumb over her cheekbone. I love you, Sandra. I didn't mean to say it. I had no idea those words were going to come out of my mouth. But they're true. They're real. They're the best honesty I've ever known. Her eyes fly wide and she studies me, like she's looking for some sign I mean it, like she's afraid to believe me. I feel the brakes slamming in my own chest. I'm leading her on. I'm not even available for this woman, but it's too late. I've said it, and I'm not taking it back. Don't say it back, I tell her. I know it doesn't change things. It's just what came out when I saw your angelic face. So you're not still mad? I chuckle. Not even close to mad, baby. I got over being mad the second you stood up and took your panties off for me. And that was before you gave me the best blowjob of my life. I brush her mussed hair out of her face. Baby, I'm just sorry I lost my temper with you. And I'm sorry about that spanking, at least the first one. It wasn't for you, it was for me. And that's not cool. She studies me, her eyes intelligent. I swear she sees right into my soul and doesn't judge. I don't know how that's possible. I liked it. I smile as my chest constricts. I know you did. And I keep telling myself that makes it okay, but I'm not sure it does. She covers my hand on her cheek with her palm. Your concern makes it okay. I shudder under her touch. I don't know why you trust me so well, baby. I don't deserve it. She purses her lips. No, you don't. I fight a smile, glad she's taking me to task. Baby, I know I've been neglecting you, and that's why you were trying to get a rise out of me. I called my younger brother and asked him to move here to help me run this shit so I can give you the attention you deserve. But please don't mess around with other guys, because I will come unglued and the asshole you touch will end up with his balls shoved up his ass. Capiche? She shivers slightly. I'm sorry. I already know she is, and I wasn't trying to make her say it again. I put my finger on her lips. Listen, I'm going to make it up to you. I have to go back out there now, but I'm going to clear my schedule for you tomorrow. I want you to pack a bag and be ready for me by 10 a.m. We're going to take a trip. The flickering hope in her eyes scares the shit out of me. Not because I'm not going to do everything I fucking can to make sure I deliver whatever it is she needs from me, but because I want to be the man who delivers it permanently. And that's a fucking impossibility. Chapter 12. Sandra. Everyone's trying to figure out who you are, I murmur to Nico. We're sitting in the cafe of the Met, drinking espresso to revive ourselves from our long day of walking through the art museum. Yes, he flew me on a private jet to New York City this morning and demanded I show him all the best the Met had to offer. Considering it's my first trip to New York, let alone the Met, my bucket is beyond full. Nico's as handsome as ever in one of his fine suits, and he looks like some kind of celebrity amongst the tourists. He arches a brow. Me? No, amore. They're looking at you. I heard one couple whispering that you're a famous actress. He picks up my hand and runs his thumb over my fingers. If I'd worried that Nico and I would have nothing to talk about if we actually had time to spend together, I was wrong. He told me all about growing up in Chicago. The things he misses from the city, the things he doesn't, how and why he ended up in Vegas. I told him about Michigan, growing up across the street from Corey, how she became like a sister to me. He rubs his stubbled jaw. Here's the thing I keep wondering, Sandra. What? How a woman as beautiful as you ended up in Reno with that low-life bartender. It doesn't make sense. Why aren't you already married to some smart, nice intellectual who can talk about art and shit with you? I try to cover how much the question wounds me. Isn't it the same one I've asked myself 36 times? I draw in a breath. Well, I guess I had a smart, nice intellectual for a boyfriend when I was getting my master's. He cheated on me with my best friend, Tanner. Don't say his name. Nico closes his eyes like I'm greatly testing his patience. He wasn't the first to cheat on me, and John wasn't even the first. Before that, my boyfriend in high school hooked up with a girl while camped out in line for concert tickets to Coldplay.
Nico whistles. That's a bad pattern.
Yeah, I have terrible taste.
I break off too late.
Nico's expression darkens. I clear my throat. Present company excluded, of course.
No, you're right, he says. I don't cheat. You don't need to worry about that. But I'm all wrong for you. Definitely wrong.
The knife that's been in my chest since the day I met him twists and I lose my breath. Stop saying that. I should appreciate that he recognizes what a bad match we are, but I don't. I resent the hell out of it. Because every time feels like another rejection. It's just that this one isn't for another woman, it's for his job, his life. And I know he probably can't help it. He is who he is. Nico sits taller, watching me intently.
Why, cucciola mia? We both know it's true.
My eyes fill with tears and I lunge up out of my chair. He catches my hand and pulls me to his lap, oblivious to everyone in the crowded cafe. His strong arms band around me.
I wish I could be someone else for you. I want to be, but I can't. I have family obligations you cannot fathom. I don't see how I'll ever be free of who and what I am.
I give up the struggle and collapse back against him. He's not saying he doesn't want me. I'm finally hearing the words for what they are. He's being realistic, telling me he's a Taccone. So the question is, can I live with all that means? Nico. We get back to the casino the next morning. I would have liked to stay longer, but until Stefano arrives, I can't leave the operation unmanned for long.
Sandra sucked my dick on the plane ride home, which made me feel like a fucking king. I'm happy, maybe for the first time in my life. Not just satisfied, not proud of some accomplishment, not drunk on power, but genuinely happy. Sandra's telling me all her plans for the casino redecoration, which is pure genius. She's figured out ways to use much of what's already in the Bellissimo, just rearranging it and categorizing things to fit into different Italian art movements and styles. I escort her into the Bellissimo at the same time I hear Tony, who picked us up from the private airport, utter a low curse. There, making a beeline straight for us, is a gorgeous, leggy brunette. Jenna Pacino. I'll handle this,
Tony says. But I can't snub her. To do so could start a war. I'm in a tricky fucking situation, and any wrong word could cause things to implode. Cristo, Madonna e Dio, why didn't I deal with this situation sooner? Put more thought into the problem, apply a little finesse. Now I'm about to fuck everything up. Jenna. I try to keep the stiffness out of my tone. I take her shoulders and we do the two-cheek kiss. Sandra's gone rigid beside me. Of course, this is her sore spot. I put my hand on her back to reassure her, but Jenna's eyes track to it. Christ, I don't want her telling her dad I disrespected her. I am so fucked. Tony steps in to distract, and they cheek kiss. Tony, will you get Jenna anything she needs and take her up to my office?
Sure thing, boss.
I'll be right up. Jenna's gaze trails to Sandra. I haven't made the introduction. What in the fuck am I going to say? There's seriously nothing I can say that won't permanently fuck me over with one or both of them. She doesn't look suspicious, more curious, but the undercurrent of tension is so thick between us it's a wonder we can see through it. Tony puts a hand on Jenna's lower back and escorts her away, and I blow out my breath. Sandra's turned pale, her expression flat. She's the daughter of another Don in Chicago, I say as soon as she's out of earshot. I don't know what she wants, but I have to meet with her. I will keep it brief. Alarm flashes over Sandra's face, and I know I've said the exact wrong thing. For the life of me, though, I can't figure out how to dissipate this burgeoning disaster. Sandra. I tuck a knuckle under her chin. She jerks away. No. I make my voice firm. I have no idea why I chose to go hard with her instead of coaxing, but it seems to work. She obeys the authority in my voice and turns back. I shake my head. You think I'm fucking that girl, don't you? Her head wobbles on her neck. Are you? The tremor in her voice kills me. I've never touched her, ever. Do you trust me? I hold my breath. Of course she doesn't fucking trust me. If she did, she wouldn't look like I just killed her kitten. She shrugs. I don't know, Nico. I have a bad history with this. I know. I step into her space and grip her shoulders, showing how serious I am with the intensity of my gaze. That's why I froze when she ambushed us. I didn't want you to get the wrong impression. I see her waver. I'm making headway. Please trust me. I'm going to find out what she wants and get rid of her. I will not cheat on you, ever. Can you believe that? Her lips tremble slightly, but she lifts her chin. I want to. I just don't know. I nod. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. I will prove it to you. Just give me a chance, okay, baby? I can't lose you now. I can't. I try to show her one small fraction of the vulnerability she offers me. Her eyelashes flutter and she nods. I cup her face and kiss her. The most gentle kiss I've laid on her. It's as sweet as a promise, as sacred as a blessing. She doesn't return it at first, but then she softens, moves her lips against mine. I stroke her hair. Will you be in your suite? She nods. I'll find you there. I kiss her again and leave. Fuck. Now if only I can manage not to start a war over Jenna Pacino. Jenna. My mother wanted to come with me. My father wanted to send Alex as a bodyguard, but I refused. Being sent to visit my fiancé, accompanied by the only man who's ever made my heart beat faster, would make a difficult situation impossible. I have a plan, and after what I just saw down in the lobby, I think it just might work. The trouble is, I don't know Nico Taccone at all. I've seen him at family parties, weddings, and funerals, but I avoided him like the plague. And he seemed to avoid me right back. At least, that's what I'm banking on. So I sit in a plush chair outside his office with his pit bull Tony standing bodyguard at the door and try to get my heart out of my throat. He doesn't make me wait long. Taccone arrives and holds the door open for me, the picture of gentlemanly manners. I wipe my hands on my black jean skirt and enter. I heard you graduated, Taccone says politely. Congratulations. He waves me into a chair across from his desk and takes a seat. I swallow down the lump in my throat. Thank you. My hands tangle in my lap. My lips feel too dry. My father says it's time for us to marry, I blurt. Taccone's face remains blank, but I swear I see a muscle jump in his cheek. Are you... I suck in a breath. Are you prepared to marry me? Shoot, that was the wrong thing to say. Now I put him on the spot. He can't say no without offending my family. He blinks at me. Jenna, wait, I cut in. I don't want to know the answer to that question. What I want to say is... He's staring at me with polite brown eyes. There's really nothing wrong with this man. He seems quite nice. He's beyond rich, definitely good-looking. I should want to marry him, especially considering how much it means to my father. But I'm a bad daughter. I want what I can't have. Alex. Would you consider releasing me from the contract? Taccone's brows shoot up to his hairline. Yes. The word bursts out of him. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I imagine I hear the relief of 20 years of the same anxiety I've felt. I don't want to marry you. No offense. His lips quirk. None taken. Does your father know you're here? My shoulders sag. Yes, but he sent me to pin you down on dates. He still wants us to go through with it. Taccone drags a hand through his thick hair. I haven't spoken to mine either. I probably need to fly out and have a face-to-face with him. Make sure I can smooth it over. Giuseppe won't budge? I gnaw on my lip. No, but maybe if he knew your family was canceling. Taccone sighs, defeat creeping into his expression. Yeah, we're right back to where we were as children, with our parents' contract firm and our opinions inconsequential. I suck in a breath, my heart hammering at what I'm about to say. I could disappear for a while. I mean, I want to disappear. I'll send a letter saying I'm not going through with it, send it to both our fathers and you, and then disappear. No one is to blame but me. He rubs his jaw, his gaze astute. Ah, and you're here running this plan by me because you need money to disappear. My stomach knots. I know Mafia men. Better to come clean, own it all, put the cards on the table and let them decide what to do with you. Yes, and I wanted to make sure you wouldn't be angry. I don't want to start a war. He's quiet a long moment, simply regarding me. My father would be doing something with his hands, lighting a cigar or smoking it. Not Nico Taccone. It's hard not to squirm under his direct regard. Finally, he says, Nor do I. He stands up and walks to a safe. Yeah, I'll bankroll your disappearance. I got no problem with that. Bring me the letters first, and I'll set you up with whatever you need. The sensation of wings taking flight in my chest is like nothing I've ever experienced. It's more than relief. It's freedom. My life will be mine to live. Mine alone. I dig in my purse and pull out 3 envelopes, already addressed and stamped but not sealed. I push them across the desk. Taccone's lips quirk when he takes them and reads them one by one. They're identical, typed up but hand-signed. You need a new ID? Passport? Credit cards? I'm soaring. This is all too easy. Yes, please. He nods and rises from the desk. Okay, I'll have Tony set you up. He'll give you enough cash to get started, too, whatever you need. But, Jenna? I look up at him. His expression goes stern. Don't come back here. Don't contact me. You need something, you get in touch with Tony. He'll help you out. Capiche? And make sure he can get word to you, too. I'll let you know when the contract is dissolved. I stand. I seriously want to kiss the guy's ring right now and swear my undying fealty. I just don't want to swear my life over to his marriage bed. Thank you, Mr. Taccone. Nico. Thanks for being so understanding and generous. Same. We give each other cheek kisses, and he opens the door and speaks in an undertone to Tony, who nods and motions for me to come forward. I step forward, into my future, my freedom. The Mafia princess sheds the crown. Chapter 13. Sandra. Good morning, Miss Simonson. The security guy nods at me as I step out of the elevator. I get this preferential treatment all over the casino now. Word is out that I'm Nico's girl. I get waved to the front of the Starbucks line, my favorite drink already prepared for me. When I step out on the curb, the valet attendant already has Nico's Mercedes waiting for me. I take the keys and pretend driving a Mercedes is a totally normal thing for me. It's hard not to eat it all up. It's hard not to let myself enjoy all that it means to be Nico Taccone's girlfriend. But it's a total fantasy world. If I were going to stay here long-term, I'd need to get out and make friends, be in nature, build my own life. For the moment, though, I'm letting myself enjoy it. Nico stuffed a wad of cash in my purse this morning and told me to go clothes shopping. His cousin Sal is getting married this afternoon, and we're invited. When I asked what to wear, he told me to buy a dozen outfits and let him pick. Silly man. Silly, adorable, controlling man. I've met Sal. He's one of the guys with a suite on the same floor as Nico, but we haven't talked. I know nothing about him. This will be the first time I get to engage with Nico's family, which I know he didn't want. But if I'm really his girlfriend, and not some kept woman, I should bridge this gap. Figure out if I really could handle being permanently attached to a man born into a crime family. Which probably means I should ask him some hard questions. How bloody are his hands? How legal is his business? Because from what I can tell, he's running a fully profitable casino. I'm not sure where the illegal part comes in. But I'm sure it's there, and I don't know if I really want to know the answers. I head to the Saks off Fifth Outlet and start pulling outfits. It's extravagant and ridiculous, and I never spend money on clothes for myself, but the fact that he gave me an assignment and wants to pick from the results makes it a fun game. I fill a cart with clothing and drag things into the dressing room, 10 pieces at a time. 2 hours later, I'm laden with 5 giant bags of clothes, shoes, and a jacket, and I head back to the casino. The valet attendant greets me like I'm the Princess of Wales, and the bellhop insists on carrying my shopping bags up to my room. Nico enters a few minutes later without knocking. "How'd you know I was back?" His lips twitch. "I asked the valet to let me know." I cock a hip. I'm never sure whether to be flattered or creeped out by how controlling you are. Nico shoves his hands in his pockets. It's a signal of harmlessness. He's not advancing on me for once. "I know I talk a lot of shit, baby. I like to pretend I own you, but I would never stop you from doing anything you wanted to do, even if it meant walk out of here and never come back." The words seem to cost him, because the muscles in his throat tighten and a muscle ticks in his jaw. I close the distance between us, press my body up against his. His strong arms band around me. "That's all I need to know," I murmur. "Sandra," he murmurs, leaning his forehead against mine, "you're 1 in a million, the way you always take me for what I am." I swallow. Now is the time for the difficult conversation. "Nico, tell me the worst. Who are you? What are you involved in? What have you done?" His arms tighten around me and his face goes pale. "Do I need to search you for a wire?" The joke is forced and neither of us smile. "Truly, Sandra, I can't tell you. I wouldn't tell you anything that would put you in an awkward or dangerous position, with my family or the feds. And don't think I don't know you have an uncle in the FBI. I flush and shove his chest. "You still think I'm a spy?" "Of course I don't. No. Listen." He cradles my face. "What prompted this? Why are you asking?" I look away, but he turns my face back. "Are you trying to figure out if you can stay?" I nod. He blows out a long, slow exhale. "I'll tell you this. I left Chicago because I didn't want blood on my hands. I didn't want to spend my life looking over my shoulder for the next gunman or Fed trying to bring me down. I believed big corporations do the same kind of shit my family did on the street on a large scale, and it's legal. And I wanted that. Large-scale, legal business. I already knew about gambling, so I came to Vegas. But I was bankrolled by the family, which means I can't ever be truly free. I launder their money. I still employ the old-school tactics of intimidation and fear when necessary. Not murder." He shakes his head. "No drugs, no sex trade, nothing else illegal. And if I could cut ties and go 100% legit today, I'd do it. I just haven't figured out how." He strokes my face with his thumb. "So now you know. That's everything. Well, almost everything. I have one death on my hands from when I got made. It's a requirement. It made me sick, and it solidified my resolve to get out and never go back." There's a wobble in his voice, and I throw myself against him, pressing my cheek against his chest. I want to tell him I'm sorry for his family, his past, but how do I say that without negating who he is now? So I just hold him, show him I'm still here, still on his side. Whatever side that is. Nico. It was short notice, but Sal managed to book a decent private chapel, not the cheesy Elvis kind on the Strip. I pull into the chapel parking lot and turn off the Porsche I took out for the drive today. We get out and I escort Sandra toward the door. She's wearing a pair of tight white capri jeans with pink gold heels and a turquoise blouse. She looks classy and beautiful. Sal's marrying a stripper he hired a year ago. He's been banging her ever since and decided last week, when she told him she was pregnant, to make it official. He swore me to secrecy over her former profession, which I have no problem with. I actually like the girl. She's a Jersey chick, street smart but generous. She'll fit in with the family, make a good mother to his kids. I can't tell if I've won or lost something with Sandra. It appears to be a win, but she's quiet on the ride to the chapel. She went soft, which is always her gift to me, but who knows what conclusions she'll draw from what I told her, what decisions she'll make. I'll honor them, whatever they are, even if it kills me to let her go. "Nico!" my aunt calls from the parking lot. I stop and wait for her and 2 other cousins to arrive. My uncle, her husband, is in jail for life, which is why I took Sal under my wing when I moved here. She and the girls flew out on my plane this morning. Aunt Perla, this is Sandra. Sandra, this is Sal's mother, my Aunt Perla, and his little sisters, Genevieve and Cara. Leo pulls up and then Sal arrives in his own car, appearing harried and on edge. "Where's the bride?" I call out. His head whips around as he scans the parking lot, panic flaring in his eyes until his gaze lands on a red Mustang parked up front. "She's here. She and her girlfriends came early." He hugs his mother and sisters, pumps my hand, cheek kisses Sandra, and slaps Leo on the back. "Sal, this is not a Catholic church," his mother complains. "I can't believe you're getting married in a non-denominational chapel." "I know, Ma. This was the best I could get on short notice." Aunt Perla sniffs and I hold the door open. The whole lot troops in and we walk through an indoor area to a back courtyard with a set of fake boulders and a waterfall cascading down the center. "This is pretty," Sandra murmurs politely. I think the shape of the rocks kinda looks like butt cheeks, but I keep my mouth shut. The officiant directs us to take a seat on the plastic folding chairs, dressed up with fabric skirts, and canned organ music starts to play. The bride comes in with her 2 bridesmaids, also strippers, I suspect, and they meet Sal up at the butt-cheek waterfall. Thank fuck the officiant keeps it short and sweet. I hold Sandra's hand during the ceremony, and Aunt Perla even finds the grace to cry a bit. "And now, I'd like to invite you all to a celebration dinner at Scordetto's Italian restaurant," I announce. "Is that a restaurant at your casino, Nico?" Aunt Perla asks. I shake my head. No, Sal doesn't want to celebrate his wedding at the place he works. I rented out a nice restaurant for the night. Come on, let's go. "That was sweet of you," Sandra murmurs as I lead her out. Least I could do. I open her car door and help her in. The truth is, I'm already getting itchy about mixing family with Sandra. Later, I would think it was my gut warning me, but all I think now is how uneducated and unrefined they must seem to her. It's shitty of me to be ashamed of my roots, but I guess I've pulled myself up pretty far from where I came from. I forget how far until moments like these. Sandra. Nico seems distracted and uncomfortable when we get to the restaurant, and I totally sympathize. Who doesn't get squirmy around family gatherings? I head to the women's room, and when I come out of the stall, I hear Nico's aunt and Sal talking in the hallway outside. "So what's the story with Nico's girlfriend?" I freeze, my hand on the door to push it open. "Yeah, she's nice.
Makes him happy, Sal answers.
Yeah, but what about the fiancé? Isn't he still engaged to Jenna Pacino? Jenna Pacino. I knew it. I go ice cold and hot at the same time. My stomach drops to my feet on the floor. Oh my fucking God. I knew his story didn't add up. The way he didn't introduce me when she showed up at the casino. She's his fucking fiancée? This is my pattern. Cheating assholes. Even when I know they're lying, I still want to believe. And this time I don't think I'm ever going to recover. I back away from the door, shaking like someone who's gone into shock. Oh yeah, I have gone into shock. Somehow I managed to pull out my phone. Corey? Fuck, I'm already crying. My cousin must hear everything in my voice. What's wrong? I need you to pick me up from Scordetto's. Please come soon. I'll be right there. Are you safe? Hurt? I'm okay. I just need to get out of here right away. I hear a door slam. I'm already on my way, she promises. I wait with my ear pressed to the door until I'm sure no one's outside before I slip out. The group is gathered in the back room ordering drinks, so I'm able to get out the front door without anyone seeing me. I skulk around the side of the building like a criminal and wait. It feels like hours, but probably isn't more than 10 minutes before Corey's car comes screeching into the parking lot. I run for it just as Nico comes out. Sandra! He shouts as I throw open the car door. Wait, where are you going? He jogs toward the car. Get out of here, I sob to Corey. She steps on the gas, but Nico throws himself in front of the car, forcing Corey to slam on the brakes. Sandra, what happened? He runs around to my side of the car. Where's your fiancée, Nico? Why didn't you bring her today? If I had any doubt in my mind the fiancé was real, it evaporates when I see Nico go still. Drive away, I tell Corey. Wait. Nico lunges for the car as Corey guns it. Let me explain. I flip him the bird and we peel out of the driveway. And then I'm a sobbing mess. I picked another cheater. Can you believe it? I really can't. Corey throws me a worried glance. I'm so sorry, Sandra. He deserves to die. Well, I wouldn't go that far, I say, smearing tears across my cheek with the back of my hand. My phone dings with a text coming in. I know it's from Nico, but I'm too stupid not to look. I'm not marrying Jenna. I barely even know her. It was a contract made by our fathers when we were kids. She came here to ask me to help release it, which I'm doing. I never intended to marry her. I only want to be with you. I read it aloud to Corey, who presses her lips together. Well, he should have told you about it then. My sobs quiet. I think I actually believe him, which might be total insanity. Yes, he should have. It doesn't matter, though. All I know is that I can't trust my own judgment with this guy. I block his number on my phone. Where to? Corey asks. Home. My place? No. Michigan. I want to go home. Take me to the airport. Chapter 14. Nico. I'm going out of my mind. I can't get her fucking cousin to talk, to tell me where she is. At least not with any non-violent methods of persuasion, and obviously I'm not going to strong-arm her. I have a guy watch Corey's house, but she doesn't seem to be there. Nor has she appeared on any camera in the casino. My girl is gone. Even though this whole time I knew I was wrong for her, I can't stand knowing I hurt her. I pressed a knife right into her soft spot and let her feel cheated on again. It's unforgivable. And that's the part I have to make right. I can't let her walk away from this thing wounded. I never wanted that. I was selfish. I indulged in getting close to her. I let myself get carried away by the pleasure she brought to me. But once I convince her I was true, I need to let her go. It's the only way I can make any of this right. Sandra. I'm in bed with the covers over my head for the third day in a row. My mom has been in a dozen times to coax me out, but I'm not having it. Just let me rest, I tell her. I need sleep. My phone rings and I ignore it. A text comes through. I ignore that. It rings again. I look at the screen. Corey. I pick up. Hey. Even to my own ears, my voice sounds heavier than lead. I think Nico's story is true, Corey says. My stomach, nervous and empty on the depression diet of a few bites of fruit and toast, seizes up. He's talked to me. I cornered his cousin Sal, and I even asked that guy Leo and his bodyguard Tony. They all had the same story. Childhood commitment that's never been acted on. In fact, Tony says he gave her money to disappear while Nico gets things worked out with her dad. Her voice lowers. He also says Nico's a total wreck. Hasn't slept since you left. Why are you telling me this? If there's panic in my voice, it's because I spent the last 3 days reconciling myself to never seeing Nico again. Now Corey's shoving open the door I've been trying so hard to keep closed. I just thought you should know. He still should have told you about the fiancé situation, but with your past, maybe you jumped to the worst conclusion. He wasn't two-timing you, Sandra. I throw back the covers, suddenly too antsy to be in bed. It doesn't matter. It's not like I was going to marry him anyway. An ending would have been inevitable, so now it's done. I pad to the bathroom, the need for a shower overwhelming. I don't know. I think you were thinking about whether you could be with him long term. And that's sort of a different question. I'm not sure you should mix up the two situations. Are you seriously on his side now? I snap. No. I'm totally on your side. I support you no matter what you decide. But I don't think you should choose based on whatever feelings came up because you thought he was cheating. I'm pretty sure he wasn't. I stand still in the bathroom, the phone pressed too hard against my ear. Okay. Thanks. You okay? No, but I will be. I hang up and take a long shower. It's time to come back to the world of the living. I have some decisions to make. Chapter 15. Nico. My private investigator found a plane ticket in Sandra's name to Michigan on the night of the wedding. I rent a car in Detroit and drive an hour and a half to Marshall. I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a short-sleeved button-down. It's my attempt at removing the Mafia from my appearance, figuring out how to at least get through Sandra's parents' front door. I've been shot at, had the crap beat out of me, made million-dollar deals. Nothing's made me sweat like this. I figure I have only one shot at this, and I don't know if I can pull it off. When I get to Marshall, I stop to buy flowers, but then I decide they're too cliché. Sandra doesn't need flowers or money from me. She needs... I don't know what she needs, but I suspect it's somehow bearing my soul, which I'm willing to do. I show up at her parents' house and ring the bell. A pretty woman in her mid-50s answers the door. She wears an expectant smile, which fades as she takes in my face. You must be Nico, she says. There's disappointment and judgment in her voice. I definitely have my work cut out for me. Yes, ma'am. A man who must be Sandra's father appears behind her. Well, it's time to eat humble pie. I know I hurt your daughter, but I'm here to make it right. I'd just like a chance to talk to her. She's not here, her mother says. My chest tightens. Am I going to call bullshit? I know she came to Marshall. Where? She went on a walk. Her mother lifts her chin toward the sidewalk behind me. Oh. Relief pours through me. Every cell in my body wants to bolt out to that sidewalk and follow it all over town until I find her. But I haven't even won the battle with her parents yet. May I come in? Apparently, they're too much the nice Midwesterners to refuse me entry. Her mother opens the screen and both of them back away from the door. I step into their sweet middle-class home and have a seat when her father waves me to the sofa. He clears his throat and offers me something to drink, which I refuse. I want you both to know I'm serious about your daughter. Of course, I'll honor her decision, but I love her and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Have a family, even. My voice chokes a little and I clear it. I'll take good care of her, and I'll support her career 100%. She's a smart, talented woman, and I know she'll succeed at anything she tries. The tension has gone out of her parents. I don't know if I've won them over, but I've at least softened them. It's a start. Well, I don't really know what happened between you two, but Sandra's been heartbroken. Mom! I surge to my feet at the sound of Sandra's voice. She's standing outside the screen door. I forget to wait for an invite as I stalk around to the front door and throw it open. Sandra! She's pale. Dark circles under her eyes mar her beautiful face. What's going on? She demands. She gives me an up-and-down sweep of her eyes. And what are you wearing? I'm trying to fit in, I murmur and step out of the house. May I walk with you? Or would you like to take a drive? My brain revs up, trying to come up with something more appealing to offer, but she says, yeah, okay. Relief nearly drops me to my knees. Walk or drive? She looks at the rental car. The Ford Explorer was the best I could get, and raises her eyebrows. Let's walk. Okay. I take her hand, not sure if she's going to shake me off, but she lets me. Hers is clammy and cold. Sandra, I never fucked around on you or any other woman. You need to know that. I know. My step falters. She sounds so quiet, so certain. You do? Yeah, Corey talked to Tony and Sal and Leo. They all said the same thing you did. I should have told you about the problem. To be honest, I spent my whole life keeping it under the rug where I didn't have to think about it. A dilemma for tomorrow. Know what I mean? She looks up at me, and I swear I see sympathy in the softness of her eyes. I draw a breath and barrel forward. Jenna Pacino came to Vegas because her father sent her to force my hand, but she wants no part of this arranged marriage. We agreed she should run away for a while until I get things resolved. I gave her money to disappear. That's all that's between us, I swear to la Madonna. That's the most we've ever talked. The only time we've been alone in a room together. Before that, we avoided each other like the plague. I don't want to talk about her anymore, Nico. My heart stops, restarts unevenly. I halt and turn her to face me, hold her other hand like we're a bride and groom at the altar. Do you want to talk about us? She nods. I heard what you told my parents. Her voice is choked. My throat closes. I want to marry you, amore. I want to figure out how to make this work. And it's fucking complicated. Would you... I draw a breath. Would you want me if I had nothing? No casino, no family? Surprise flares in her eyes. She licks her lips. You could create it all again. You could create anything. Now I'm surprised. I expected resistance, major convincing. She's going easy on me. Does that mean... Are you considering... Are you willing... Sandra. I didn't know how badly I'd want Nico to hold me. To promise the moon and the sun, or maybe just to take charge and carry me off. Tell me I'm his and he's tying me to the bed until I swear it. But I have to be strong right now. I have to be a big girl and choose for me. I don't know, I whisper. Nico drops to his knees right there on the sidewalk. Tears blur my vision. I need you, Sandra. I didn't have a purpose to living before I met you. You brought light where there was only darkness. You give to me, receive me with no walls up. I don't know how you do it, but I can't live without you. Get up, Nico, I mumble between trembling lips. I try to tug him back to his feet. Tears track down my cheeks. I don't even know what I can offer you, but I promise it will be everything I have. Everything. Yes, yes. Nico, I want you. He falls back and drags me down to his lap. People driving by are looking at us like we're lunatics, and I totally don't give a crap. You want me? His voice is torn, broken. I hold his face between my hands. Yes, I do. The hardness returns to his face, but it's not frightening, it's thrilling. Because it's steely determination and force, the same force that makes me quiver every time he sets his sights on me. Marry me? Yes. He gathers me and pulls us both up to our feet. Good. He holds my hand and starts pulling me toward my house. His shoulders are squared, his walk brisk, like he's heading to battle. There's just one major wrinkle to iron out. After that, I'm sure we'll figure out the rest together. Okay, baby? Yes, okay. We arrive in front of my house, and he goes straight for the car. I have a bag of your things already, from the casino. Go say goodbye to your parents. Tell them we're going to buy a ring, and we'll be in touch with a wedding date. He winks at me and leans against the vehicle. I don't mind seeing him restored to his cocky, bossy self. In fact, I rather love it, as much as I treasure knowing he humbled himself before me. Nico Taccone, the powerful man who needs me. Sandra. Nico's quiet on the drive, and he won't say where we're going. At first, I think we're driving to Chicago, until we eventually pull up at a federal correctional institute in Pekin, Illinois, and I realize we're visiting his dear old dad. Nico turns to face me in the vehicle after we park. I swear to Cristo, I will never ask this of you again, but I want him to meet you. I'm going to try to get his blessing for our union. Nerves flutter in my belly, but I nod. He nods back and we get out. I'm on the approved visitor list. I have a contact who should be greased enough to let us both through. We walk up to the check-in area, and I watch Nico make eye contact with a guy who comes hustling forward. There's a brief interchange, and suddenly we're at the front of the line, being searched for weapons and escorted into the visiting area. Don Santo Taccone comes in wearing his orange prison uniform. He's an older version of Nico, but without any of the life in his eyes. They are cold, flinty orbs, and when they flick over me, the cold shiver of death runs down my spine. Nico produces a couple of paperback books, already checked by the guards, and pushes them under the glass divider. His father doesn't even look at them. Instead, he stares at me, hard. Who's she? My fiancée. His brows flick. The hell she is. I'm not asking. My stomach twists in a knot. I'm sweaty and cold, scared for Nico, scared for us. His father's eyes narrow and he shifts his focus to Nico. You would choose her over family. Nico blinks rapidly, then nods. Don Santo directs his attention to me, looking me up and down again critically. Why? Nico swallows. She's the missing piece to me. I need her.
You don't make decisions that affect this whole family. Only I make those. You are nothing without us, he spits.
Nico's never looked more sober.
Perhaps not, but I'd still have her.
His father gets up and walks out. I want to puke. I don't know what Nico expected from this meeting, but I somehow don't think it went according to plan. We get up and leave. Nico doesn't speak until we're in the vehicle. So now what? I ask, my voice shaky. Nico doesn't look at me. His face is a hard mask as he starts the car, staring straight ahead.
So now, either everything's fine or there will be trouble.
I choke on my own spit. What kind of trouble? He reaches for my hand and gives it a squeeze.
Nothing will happen to you. This is just between family.
Nico, how long until things are settled?
Oh, very soon. I'd give it no more than 48 hours.
He takes the exit toward Chicago.
So we'll let things cook. The resolution will come out soon. In the meantime, I'm going to buy you the biggest fucking diamond in the Windy City.
I don't need a diamond, I murmur, fear squeezing my heart. I'm not sorry I chose Nico. Not after what I just saw. He's willing to alienate himself from his entire family for me. But I'm definitely scared, totally out of my element.
You're getting a diamond.
Nico's mood seems to lighten.
You're going to let me spoil you this time.
His love seems to wrap around me and squeeze. Okay, I murmur. Whatever makes him happy. We end up finding a pear-shaped diamond at Tiffany's. When we get back to the Explorer, 3 guys are leaning up against it, arms folded in full tough guy stances. Nico goes rigid, but his step only falters for a second.
Give me the keys, one of them orders.
He resembles Nico, but older. Nico tosses him the keys. His brother, I'm assuming it's his brother, hits the fob to unlock the doors and the 2 other guys throw open the doors.
Get in.
Nico helps me in the back seat and slides in beside me.
Put her on your lap,
one of the guys growls as they sandwich us in the back seat. One of them has a gun pointed at us. His brother searches the glove box and under the seat.
You didn't bring a piece?
There's a mocking tone to his voice, like Nico got caught with his pants down.
I didn't,
Nico confirms. His brother looks in the rearview mirror.
What the fuck are you wearing?
Nico doesn't respond. His brother drives the car, and when we head out of the city, one of the guys produces 2 blindfolds, which he ties around our heads. I was moderately freaked out before. Now I'm ready to piss myself. The Explorer slows down and pulls off on what must be a dirt road. I hear another vehicle following behind us. Nico's arms band tightly around my waist, as if by holding on to me, he'll be able to protect me from whatever's about to happen. We stop. The car behind us pulls in too. My blindfold gets pulled off, but Nico's doesn't. A 4th guy comes out from behind the wheel of a black Range Rover. The doors fly open and they drag us out. His brother restrains me. One of the other guys produces rope and ties Nico's wrists behind his back, then they force him to his knees. And then they take turns punching him in the face. "Nico!" I scream, struggling against his brother's hold. Nico attempts to lunge to his feet.
"Junior, you touch one hair on her head. I'm not hurting her."
Junior almost sounds amused.
"I'm just restraining her."
It's true. His hands are huge, like Nico's, but he hasn't grabbed with bruising force. He wrapped my arms around my waist to restrain me, holding me with little effort. Nico calms slightly.
"This is the girl you're willing to give up everything for?" his brother asks.
One of the thugs punches Nico in the face again and drops of blood fly from his mouth. I scream.
"Yeah." "Everything?" You think she'll still want you when you're poor?
I want him. Just let him go. I thrash my legs around, trying to pull free.
You can't have her if you're dead.
All amusement leaves his voice. The cold threat hangs menacingly still in the air. No, I scream. Don't kill him. I'll leave him alone. I'll go away. Please, I'm sorry. Let him go. I won't interfere. Nico doesn't move. He stands on his knees, head held high, unmoving, even when the thugs punch him in the ribs.
You'd rather be dead than live without her.
Nico spits blood from his lips. The lower one is split. He nods. Yeah. No! I scream. It echoes through the trees. My throat rasps. This is all my fault. He did this for me. I had no idea what it would cost him, what he'd be risking. Junior cocks his gun and holds it to my head.
What if I kill her too?
Nico's face contorts beneath the blindfold, rage twisting his features. I've never seen him look so horrifying. He attempts to lunge to his feet. The two soldiers grab his shoulders and push him back down, laying punches into his unprotected gut.
I will fucking destroy everything you've ever loved,
Nico snarls. Junior gives a mirthless chuckle.
That would be hard to do from the grave. Believe it,
Nico spits. Junior releases his hold on me.
I believe it.
He lifts his chin at the goons, who abruptly step back from Nico. Junior walks forward and pulls a knife from his belt. No, please! I rush forward and lunge for Junior's arm, but one of the soldiers catches me around the waist first.
Easy with her,
Junior warns. Easy with me? My brain scrambles to understand why, but then Junior reaches past Nico and uses the blade to cut the rope tying his hands.
Where's Jenna Pacino?
Junior asks.
I gave her money to disappear for a while. Tony's gonna let her know when things are settled.
They're settled. I talked to old man Pacino. We have a new alliance. You're off the fucking hook. Junior grasps Nico's face with both hands and lifts him to his feet. He yanks off the blindfold and kisses his brother on each cheek. Then he turns and stalks back toward their Range Rover. I think I hear him mutter, "Welcome to the family," as I run past him to Nico. Nico spreads his arms and catches me in them. I weep, squeezing him for all I'm worth. Easy, baby. Not so tight. Oh, Christ. I yank away. He probably has cracked ribs. Bruised for sure. The car doors shut. All four men have climbed inside the Range Rover, leaving us alone. It's all right. Come here. He pulls me against him, kissing the top of my head. Are you hurt? Me? I squeak. Are you? His voice sharpens, like there will be hell to pay if I am. No, not at all. I draw a shuddering breath against him, my tears moistening his blood-splattered shirt. His large body relaxes. He rubs my back and strokes my hair. Everything's going to be okay. It is? What's happening? It was a test, or maybe a reckoning. A little of both, I guess. I tip my head up, blinking my wet lashes to see his bruised face. A test? Did you know that? He shrugs. I was about 60% sure. 60% sure he wouldn't die for me. My knees wobble and I lean into him. So you passed? Nico laughs through bloody lips. Yeah, baby. Everything's fine. We're going to get married. You're going to redecorate the Bellissimo. My little brother Stefano's going to help me run the casino, and I'm going to focus my hours on making you happy. I nuzzle my face into his chest. I already am happy, I murmur. And it's true. I'm definitely shaken up by what just happened, but rather than changing my mind about binding my life to Nico's, his utter and complete commitment to me solidified it.
I understand he's part of a world that isn't pretty, but he'd do anything for me, even give up his life. So I have faith we will figure out the rest. Epilogue. Alex. I accept another glass of champagne and down it in a single gulp. From my position against the center pillar, I have a view of the entire reception. I'm surprised the Tacconis went all out on Nico's wedding, considering what it means to the Pacino family. I guess Junior Tacconi worked something out with Don Giuseppe, but it seems like a slap in the face if you ask me. Of course, no one asked me. The wedding is at one of the finest hotels in Chicago. Top floor, wall-to-wall windows overlooking the city and Lake Michigan. The bride is sweet. Not the type I'd ever guess Nico would go for, but pretty, if you're into that wholesome blonde kind of thing. Her family came from Michigan, a bunch of nerdy small-town wasps, with the exception of her maid of honor, a leggy redhead who looks like she could hold her own with any of ours. And if I'm reading the body language right, she might already be entangled with Nico's younger brother, Stefano. Nico dances with his mom, his bride with her father. It's so sweet it makes my teeth hurt. Of course, I heard Nico got a beat down for wanting out of the contract, even though Jenna's the one who ran away. I also heard Nico might have bankrolled that disappearance. I've been fucking waiting for permission to verify that fact. Because every goddamn day that girl is missing has me itching to punch another hole in my wall. I can't stand not knowing if she's safe or in trouble, if she needs my help. The fact that she went to Tacconi for help in the first place kills me, but I guess it makes sense. She needed him to kill the marriage contract. I guess for that reason I should be grateful to Tacconi. But I'm not. I want to kill the bastard for knowing something about Jenna Pacino I don't. Don G walks over and offers me a cigar. I accept, even though I don't really enjoy them. It makes the old man happy, and that's part of my job. "It's time," he rasps. I don't recall being given a job. For what? "To bring my daughter back." My heart picks up speed. "The Tacconi boy knows where she is. Find out, go to her, straighten her out, bring her home to me. She's played the disobedient daughter long enough." Thank fuck. I push away from the pillar. "I'll make sure it's done." "I know you will. That's why I asked you." I dart a glance at him. Jenna Pacino's been off limits for my entire life. Well, her entire life, since I'm 6 years older. The point is, I've never been allowed to look at the girl, much less indulge in the kind of fantasies I want her to play a starring role in. So when Don G says he asked me in particular for this job, I can't tell if he's putting me on notice to watch my ass and keep my hands off her, or if he's giving me permission to court her. I know one thing. When I find Jenna Pacino, I'm going to take my time with the straighten her out directive before I bring her home. Because in my mind, Jenna Pacino has always belonged to me. This has been King of Diamonds, a dark mafia romance. Vegas Underground, Book 1. Written by Renee Rose. Narrated by Benjamin Sands. Copyright 2018 by Renee Rose Romance. Production copyright 2018 by Renee Rose Romance.
Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program.